All right, after a bit of a hiatus, we are back. It's After Hours. Travis Gibbs Jordan Lass here with me. Yeah, listen, if I can be completely honest, it's hard to carry one of these types of shows for an entire year. But now football's back. So like we're back. Football is back today, actually.
Yes.
Officially.
Yeah, and it's like we wanted to do like this through the summer, but like how much can you say about the Tigers? I mean, for months there it was like they're good, they won again. Yay. Oh
Well,
no, they're melting down, they're bad. Like you
right.
said yesterday, it's a 162 game season. That it's such a hard thing to go through every up and down. And like you said, football's back. We're ready to talk. We're gonna have hockey right after basketball. Like we are in the throes of it.
It's awesome. Honestly, it feels like Christmas today because unofficially football's been back for what, 2 weeks? There was week 0 where
Farmageddon.
yeah, Farmageddon in Ireland because college football. Why not, right?
Because you want to show Ireland the best we have to offer, Kansas State and Iowa State.
Right. I mean, if that game could have been hit by a tornado, that might have made for better entertainment. Sorry,
Absolutely.
that's a little harsh. Sorry. Anyway, the unofficial start of football actually happened last week. And, I don't want to give this a ton of air. Listen, week 1 of college football, it goes down this way now. It's a lot of schools that pay their players and they're facing off against teams that don't pay their players. So you should win by double digits. And all I saw last weekend was bickering between Michigan and Michigan State fans online about who looked less impressive against group of 5 school.
Yeah,
And hear me out. Here's my quick analysis on the two games. Then I'll let you have the floor here, Jordan.
of course.
Friday night, Michigan State played Western. They looked pretty good in the first half. They looked like crap in the second half. It was a performance. It was fine. It wasn't good. It wasn't bad. It was fine. It was better than last year when they struggled against FAU to start the year.
Mhm,
I'll give them that. But the second half, it would have been nice to see a pulse.
mhm.
So I'll say, fine. You looked fine. Michigan, Saturday against New Mexico. They bring out Bryce Underwood, the $10 million quarterback. They looked fine.
Mhm.
They moved the ball against them. Underwood had 251 yards passing. The defense really didn't look that spectacular. New Mexico moved the ball on them quite a bit throughout that game. So I'll say it didn't look good. It didn't look bad. It looked fine. So I don't understand the whole, oh, your team looked worse than ours did. You're playing a group of kids that don't even get paid to do what you're doing. So why does it matter?
Yeah, you weren't Ohio State, you didn't play Texas, you weren't Alabama, you didn't play Florida State, you weren't Clemson, you didn't play LSU. Like, I think everybody on both sides of the aisle need to settle down. For Michigan State, you said it was a tale of two halves. Like, first half, it was like, "Oh, we got an offense. We got things going." And then second half was like, "Wait a minute. Did I just wake up in 2024? Because this feels eerily similar to last year."
Yes.
So they got to figure out a way to put it together for a full game. And I'm going to say it now. If they don't beat Boston College, Jonathan Smith might as well pack his bags.
It's a game they should have won last year and didn't.
Mhm.
So
I think if you lose the fan base. I mean, how can you continue to sell the fan base? And for Michigan, calm down. How many September Heismans have you had over the years?
right.
These people are saying Bryce should be a first round pick and all this stuff. Todd Blackledge talking about that D tackle being a first rounder. He's a rookie. He's a freshman. We've never seen him play. Please stop. Calm down. It's September. You played New Mexico, who, by the way, in FBS had the least returning players to their team this year. They had 7.
They're a program that regularly loses 9 to 10 games a year. Like Central played them on homecoming a couple years ago, and Central Michigan beat them handily. So it's not a brag. You know what
No.
I mean? It's one of those scenarios where it's like you're supposed to go in and kind of just make them roll over.
And Bryce made a couple of great throws, but again, it's New Mexico. So explain this to me, Michigan fans. Why is Oklahoma, the last time I checked, a 6.5 point favorite? If you were that sweet and your quarterback was that good, why are you almost a touchdown underdog? Please save it. You can miss me with that.
The thing with Oklahoma too is I understand under Venables they've not been as good as they were with the Stoops and Lincoln
Mhm.
Riley, but going on the road to play an SEC team is not an easy feat. I don't care who you're playing. It'd be like, okay, be like Tennessee or a team like Oklahoma. They schedule a road game to come up here and play Wisconsin. Going into Camp Randall to play is not easy. I
No.
mean, I don't care what product Wisconsin is right now. It's not what it used to be, but you're still going on the road to play a Power 4 team. It's not going to be as easy as you think.
No.
So that's kind of where I'm at with it too. And if you went into this season with the expectations, if you're a Michigan fan, that you're going to win 9 or 10 games, just like it's nothing, like you guys are, we're back. You got a freshman quarterback. He's going to make mistakes.
Yeah.
Can I remind you of the Joe Milton experience in 2020? They started the year, they blew the doors off Minnesota to start the year, to start that COVID year.
Yeah.
Milton looked fantastic in that game. Turned around the next week, filled his diaper against a bad Michigan State team. So those are the ebbs and flows of an inexperienced quarterback. You're going to see that this year.
Well, and you and I talked about it yesterday. How many freshman quarterbacks have done really big things? 2, Johnny Manziel and
Trevor Lawrence.
In the last however many years.
Yeah, it just you got to temper your expectations a little bit. You should be looking at 2026 and circling that.
Correct.
Okay, let's see what we can do in year 2 of this. I want to see building blocks this year. I want to see steady growth throughout the season. I don't want to see a guy take off, fall down, get up, fall down. You kind of want to see, it's like the Dan Campbell gif where he's going like this. Steady growth. That's what we want to see out of this guy. And I mean, he's a 5-star for a reason. He was the number 1 player in America for a reason. He's got talent. Can they get the most out of it?
Yeah. I just think they need to slow their roll. And I said before the season, bold prediction, I think Michigan State ends with more wins than Michigan does. And I think part of that is the fact that Michigan State's going to beat Michigan.
I think there's a chance. I mean, there was a chance last year. So
if MSU goes out and they take care of Boston College and Aiden doesn't commit turnovers and they have a functional offense the whole game, look out, U of M.
Dude, Jonathan Smith with some stones. It's hard to see because he doesn't bring that kind of that charisma.
Yeah.
But like some stones would be nice to see this year.
It would be some personality.
Yeah, because I mean, he was a neutered cat last year on the sidelines.
Milquetoast.
Just walking around, purring, rubbing up against things. Hey, what was there was nothing intimidating about Michigan State from a player standpoint or the coaching staff last year.
And for Michigan State, what, 8 wins? That's successful. That's a great season. I mean,
as a State fan, I would take 8-4. If you put that contract in front of me today, I would sign it.
And look at his year 1 to year 2 in Oregon State.
Right.
Bad first year, great second year. They got a big victory over Oregon, I believe, that year. Like, I need to see 7 or 8 wins, and I need signature wins.
The fan base would sign up for 8-4 with a win over Michigan.
1,000%.
I think
even if it's not Michigan and it's somebody else at the top, Penn State, somebody.
I think most fans would sign up for 7-5 in a win over Michigan.
I think, yeah, that's a good caveat. If it's Michigan, I think they settle for 7-5. If it's not Michigan, they're going to need that 8.
It better be a bowl game this year. That's all I'm saying.
1,000%.
You can't fall short of 6-6 again.
No, because if he does, he's out.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the kicker with that now too is there's a new athletic director there, Jay Batt, a guy that kind of pumped some juice into a Georgia Tech athletic department that had no juice at all.
Yeah.
I mean, the football program looked completely different.
Yeah.
They had more money flowing into the program. So he's going to want to go out and find this guy if, they don't live up to his expectations, which probably is year 2, dude, make a bowl game.
Yeah.
Do something.
And it's like, your previous AD cared about the Olympic sports. And I'm not saying I don't care about the Olympic sports, but like, we're in a time and age where all of your resources, or at least most of it, need to go into your football and basketball programs. I'm not saying forget about the Olympic sports, but like, let's be real here. Michigan State, top 25 in revenue, number of students. Like, they are a big time program, but the last however many years since, D'Antonio burned it down,
yeah,
it's been a Mickey Mouse operation, a lemonade stand. This is Michigan State, damn it.
You and I had a conversation the other day, and you talked about your love for South Carolina,
Yes.
and I'm sure we might get to that in a few minutes,
Yeah.
but, like, I think that's a very good comp to a school like Michigan State.
Absolutely.
It's got a proud alumni fan base. It's got a proud alumni base. It has a big fan base.
Mhm.
And it's a sleeping giant waiting.
Yeah.
I mean, because you've seen years where the program was steadily winning 10 to 11 games under Spurrier.
Yeah.
You've seen that with Michigan State under D'Antonio. It's possible to do here. You
Mhm.
just need the right group of people running it.
1000%. And I think Jonathan can be that guy, but like they've got to figure out a way to keep that offense consistent.
Yeah.
And on the Michigan side, the defense was over aggressive. I mean, that was a signature of Michigan State under D'Antonio, play until the whistle, all that kind of stuff. But there was too many instances where I think they were over pursuing, just doing things that
They looked
too much.
inexperienced.
Yes.
Yeah. And when you graduate guys like Mason Graham and Kenneth Grant and Josiah Stewart, you
Mhm.
move on from all these guys that were there for a couple years leading that. You got to find new voices. It's going to be a process. I don't think that's going to look like a great product all season. It's just you got to temper your expectations. Anyway, those were the two schools, Michigan and Michigan State, over the weekend. The bigger games, honestly,
All of them went the opposite direction I thought they would. All of them.
see now. You know, you're kind of right.
I mean, think about it.
You are kind of right
Texas
there.
USC. We thought, okay, Arch Manning's played. Whereas the quarterback on OSU side, he hasn't played. We haven't seen him.
Yeah.
Arch crapped down his leg
Yeah.
and didn't look very good. Grandpa was right. He needs time. The family
Yeah.
tried to temper those expectations.
Yeah.
Then you look at LSU Clemson. Klubnik thought he was going to take a step forward. Dabo got his head out of his rear end, started getting into the transfer portal, NIL.
Yeah.
They lay an egg.
Yeah.
Alabama, what the hell was that? Kalen DeBoer has to get it reeled in or he's going to be done. And it just, you look at some of these matchups and it's just like, I know it's week one. And the worst part about it is some of these teams lost. They could still make the playoff.
Oh,
Great
yeah.
sport we got going right now.
Yeah. Right. Literally. No, I'm with you.
I miss the days where one or two losses was a death sentence.
Yeah. Yeah. And then you forgot one in there too, the Miami Notre Dame game. That one surprised me a little bit because
I agree.
You know, it felt like a great opportunity for Notre Dame to go in and get a signature win early against a team and a head coach that regularly fills his diaper.
Yeah.
I mean,
in the biggest moments, too.
Let's face it, Cristobal is that guy. But Carson Beck looked good.
Yeah.
They held a lead all the way through that game for the most part. And they just looked like the superior team at the line of scrimmage.
See, and I wanted to bet Notre Dame, but I couldn't because CJ Carr, freshman QB, we haven't seen him play
on the
Notre
road.
Dame's offense and defense look great, but he was a question mark.
Yeah.
And it kind of showed a little bit of inexperience, but I will say if we have any Notre Dame fans listening, because, we are close to the border.
Yeah.
I think you guys are going to be okay. I think you got a good thing in CJ. Marcus Freeman's a great coach. It's week one. You guys have plenty of opportunity. You're probably still going to be in the playoff unless you lose 3 games. I don't think there's need to panic. I think Miami could be a good team. If Carson Beck plays the way that he did at his best in Georgia, sky's the limit for Miami.
Yeah. I mean, that program shot the money cannon. They got NIL. They got transfer players.
Well, look at all the players I got on the sideline. Ex-players. Michael Irvin. And by the way,
I was just going to say,
he had to have been doing lines on the sideline.
I was going to say, you said not to worry about Notre Dame. Should we worry about Michael Irvin? I mean, the guy's like 60, and if he's pumping dope into his system the way he looked like he was on
allegedly.
Allegedly. Is Cocaine Mike back? I
mean, seriously, guys, go and look at some of the stuff of him, like
just drenched in sweat.
Whoa.
And he's more fired up than the players are.
Yes.
I'm a little worried about Michael Irvin. I am. Dude, you're 60. You can't keep doing coke.
Which Cowboy are you more afraid for? Michael Irvin or Deion Sanders? What was that time management at the end of that game on Friday?
Speaking of
timeouts.
Speaking of Georgia Tech, holy cow. Yeah. Big road win for them. Yeah, listen, I never thought the Deion experiment was going to work.
No, he was there to push his kid forward.
Yeah. I mean, his kid played at a Power 4, got drafted. Travis Hunter was a big reason for their success last year too. And if we're talking success, they went 9-4. Like, I mean, you still lost 4 games and looked lifeless in your bowl game when you actually had a stage to go, we can beat another Power 4 school, you know? So I don't know. I was never a believer in that situation. I think Deion's full of himself.
Oh, yeah.
When your brand is bigger than your program's brand, that's a problem. That's a problem.
1,000%. And the worst part about that time management, he didn't use those timeouts.
Yeah.
And he gaslit the media afterwards and said, oh, like, we got a couple of first downs. No, you didn't. Oh, we went out of bounds on one play. No, you didn't. Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, that's going to fail miserably and it's going to blow up in his face. But the funny thing about that, he'll probably find another job. Someone will hire him.
Honest to God, I'm surprised he didn't take the Cowboys job.
I mean,
there were rumors that they were talking.
Does that translate?
Totally be a Jerry Jones move.
Does that translate to the NFL? His shtick?
No, you kind of have to view it as like, I don't know. Before, nobody was getting paid. Now everybody's getting paid. But there's such a difference of like motivating a grown man and a college student.
Absolutely.
Like, there's really great. Coach K would not have worked in the NBA.
No. Tom Izzo, no.
No. Like, there are these coaches. Nick Saban didn't work in the NFL.
Right.
There's such a big difference. I mean, Jim Harbaugh is one of those rare people that can make it work, in college because of cheating, but I digress. Because 10-year show cause really shows innocence. But anyways, it's rare for those coaches to go back and forth. I mean, look at Pete Carroll. They also cheated. He's been able to make it work in the NFL.
I can see where Pete Carroll's shtick works in the NFL, though. With Jim Harbaugh, like, I'm surprised the players aren't just like turned off by how strange he is. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
He's just a weird guy.
Yeah. Doesn't eat chicken because they're a nervous bird.
Yeah.
Climbs trees at recruits' houses.
Yeah. It's
the khakis.
It's strange.
It's all weird.
The gloves, playing catch, and then you're slapping your quarterback before the game. I don't know. Anyway, I'm with you. I'm with you on that. But yeah, Colorado, definitely a big loser from the weekend. They had a chance to kind of prove like, hey, even with, Hunter and Shadur gone, like we still got something here. They don't look like they have it. And yeah, I mean, is there anything else UCLA looked really bad with the new transfer quarterback, Nico.
You just hate to see it.
Yeah.
You turn down playing at Neyland Stadium, making money for a good program, and you go out to Westwood and play in front of 15 people and get your booty smacked.
Yeah.
Just hate to see it.
Not a good look.
The one thing I did want to touch on, you mentioned it, Lenora Sellers at South Carolina. He is my Heisman pick right now. I picked him before the season. Should have bet it when the odds were much better.
Yeah.
He's currently second behind Nussmeier. And that was the other point I wanted to make. Do we think LSU is the best team right now? I mentioned it yesterday. I think they're kind of 1A, 1B with Ohio State. I think it's a complete farce that Penn State is number 2.
Yeah.
You and I both know when it comes down to winning a big game, Franklin's going to crap down his leg.
Franklin, like they'll always be good under Franklin. They'll never be great.
Correct.
I don't agree with them being ranked number 2. I don't care what they have to offer there in terms of personnel. As long as James Franklin is there, he just proves time and time again he can't win a big game. I'm kind of with you on the fact that I would say Ohio State's number 1. I mean, they won the national title last year. They won the biggest game of week 1.
Mm-hmm.
They're number 1. And then, I would say LSU is a close 2. And then after that, I mean, you kind of just go from there.
It's just a group after that.
Yeah, it is. It is. I did want to mention one quick thing. I know we talked about it, but a stat from Saturday.
Yeah.
They released a new AP Top 25 poll. Alabama was the biggest fall in the top 25. They went from 8 to 21, I believe. It's the lowest they've been ranked in the top 25 poll since 2008.
Which was probably like one of Saban's first years.
Must have been.
And they were a shipwreck before he got there.
Yes. So, I mean, that is a school where you want to talk about a loser. I don't know if Kalen DeBoer is the guy there.
Oh, I don't think he is.
I don't know if he's the guy there.
And I had talked about people when he got hired, like, how did they come to the decision on Kalen? And obviously he was coming off, turning Indiana around, taking Penix out west, going to a national championship, getting their doors blown off, but that's because one team knew the other team's plays. I digress again.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna get in those Michigan shots, guys. That's a hard job to take. How many people want to follow up Saban? Nobody. If I was, somebody at a school looking to make my big jump, I'm not going there after Saban. I'm gonna let Kalen DeBoer fail, then I'm coming in. The person I thought they should have hired, Dabo Swinney.
See, Dabo kind of makes sense. I look at a guy like
and I hate his guts.
Yeah, a lot of people do. I look at a guy like Lane Kiffin, and I thought that would be a good jump for him. He worked with Saban already. He knows the program. He understands the expectations. He's already coaching the SEC.
My only caveat is he gets it easy down there. Like, why would you go to Alabama with all these pressure and you're going to be out in 2 weeks? He wins 8 games down in Oxford, and he's sitting pretty.
Right. Yeah, 9 or 10 wins is overachieving.
Yeah.
So, no, I understand that, but also the job at Alabama, I mean, that's the stamp on your career then. I mean, you've done well where you've been in other places, but this is, I think, where you've always wanted to work back to.
Yeah.
Especially for a guy like him.
Yeah.
Also, I mean, with DeBoer, like, I think he's a good guy. I think he's got really good he's got really good ambition. Like I think he wants to do well. And I think he could succeed in other places. I mean, he did at Washington.
Yeah.
But the SEC is just such a different animal. I look at a guy like Kalen DeBoer and I go, you're not a crook.
He's over his skis.
You're a Boy Scout. You're a good guy.
Yeah, you got to be kind of a dirty guy to play or to coach in that league.
You have a balanced diet. You exercise regularly.
Yeah.
You like your baked chicken with vegetables at night. I don't see you doing blow off a stripper's ass.
No.
I mean, that's, I think, the kind of guy you need in the SEC. You need someone that's going to play a little dirty. You know what I mean? Stay out late with the boys.
Yeah.
Lane Kiffin, I could see Lane Kiffin doing blow off a stripper's ass.
For sure. Well, and I think you're seeing something else with coaching. I mean, look at Chip Kelly. Gives up a head coaching job at UCLA, takes an OC job with Ohio State because he didn't want to be a head coach anymore.
Yeah.
NIL and all this other stuff is making it incredibly difficult.
Yeah.
That's why a guy like Saban walked away.
Yeah.
So I think that's part of the problem too. But I think we should end the college talk with a certain Bill Belichick.
Oh, okay. We've talked about a lot of losers. This is the biggest loser of week 1.
I mean, that score gap was about as large as his age gap with his girlfriend.
Oh man, that was embarrassing.
I hope it was worth it, Bill.
And all they did was glaze him and UNC leading up to that game. I don't know if you watched any of the coverage.
Oh yeah.
They did about an hour of pregame coverage leading up to this because this was the only game on Labor Day. Only game. All Bill Belichick, all UNC, the program. And they just get flattened by TCU. And
a program that's not very good right now.
I'll be honest, I loved Sonny Dykes' attitude after the game too.
Oh, of course.
We knew they were talking all about them, but what about us? And he just gas pedal the entire game, just boat raced him. I mean, I want to say, I'm not surprised.
No.
Is anybody really surprised?
A guy in his 70s, like,
he's lost his fastball, dude. He lost his fastball 6 years ago.
He lost his fastball when he lost Tom Brady.
Yeah. Yes. I mean,
I think we learned a lot about the Tom Brady, Bill Belichick thing when Tom left, won a Super Bowl somewhere else, and all the Patriots did after he left was crater.
Yeah. Yeah.
They had no talent on the roster by the time he left. He wasn't drafting well anymore. Like, he lost his edge.
You know what I thought when I was watching that game on Monday? I thought, wow, This looks a lot like Matt Patricia's first game when he was the Lions head coach.
Oh, yeah.
Big stage, Monday night, everyone's
Flatline.
watching. You go out, you make a big play to start, you get a lead, the crowd goes nuts, and then it just goes downhill. The team's not tackling, they're turning the ball over. All three phases of the game, you're just getting waxed in. And that was just not if you want to break it down to the simple, like the studs of this thing, they didn't play complimentary football at all. And that was Belichick's issue the last 3 years in New England.
And that was his calling card for a long time.
Oh,
the fundamentals.
I love special teams. Really? Your punter nearly lost the ball on a snap. I mean, you had a fumble on special teams. I mean, everything went wrong for them. And
because it was the Patriot way. Everybody has a job. Like John has his job. John doesn't worry about Tom and Bob's job. John does John's job.
Yeah.
That Patriot way, and it works. It works in pretty much every business. But I just don't see that anymore.
Well, you want to talk about a coaching style that I don't think translates from the pros to college, it's Bill Belichick. Because you have you
have to treat grown men differently.
Well, and the thing is, so many of them bought in because of the success.
Correct.
But if we're talking about who Bill Belichick is as a person, he's an ass.
Oh, of course.
He's a mean person.
Well, and that's what we talk about Matt Patricia again. He came into Detroit and thought he could be Bill Belichick. And it's like, reality check. These are grown men, and you haven't won blank ever.
Right.
Outside of being Bill Belichick's lackey.
Right.
So you can cool it with that attitude.
70 new players in the program this year too. So it wouldn't surprise me in a program where you have such high turnover from last year that a lot of these guys start to turn on him.
Well, and now you have the media nightmare that is Jordan Hudson.
Yeah.
I mean,
or walking around on the sideline during the
Hard
game.
Knocks told him to get bent because she wanted to be an executive producer.
Yeah.
I mean, as bad as they were, was she calling plays too up from the booth?
Right. Over under 3.5 players she slept with on that team.
Over. Always the over.
She's sneaking out when Bill goes to bed at 8:00. You know what I'm saying?
What a nightmare situation.
I'm just going to move your arm off of me. I'm going to roll out of bed.
Again, I hope it was worth it, Bill.
Yeah. That program's going to pay for that one. Anyway, that's college football. The NFL starts tonight, Eagles, Cowboys. Then we get a game on Friday on YouTube because, we got games on all platforms now in 2025.
I don't need the NFL every day of the week.
No, but they think you do because they want your money, man.
More football.
Roger Goodell and the Fruit Flies, man. They're going to suck every drop out of us. They are.
Who plays Friday?
It's Chiefs and Chargers.
Okay, that's a good game.
It's a good game. Okay. I like that one.
It's a lot better than tonight.
Then we got America's Game of the Week on Sunday. Lions, Packers, 4:25 kickoff. I will say the national perception on the Lions right now, very negative. A lot of people think that there's too many question marks. A lot of people have been saying they might win 9 or 10 games. I don't know if they're going to make the playoffs. A lot of people are not picking the Lions to win the division nationally right now because of the Micah Parsons move with the Packers.
I hate to say it, it's locally too.
You think so?
I'm guilty.
Okay. Okay.
I'm not willing to say they're not going to win the division yet, but I want to heed some caution to fans. There's a possibility they win 9 or 10 games. There's still a ton of talent on that offense, but you have a new coordinator. You have a line that has been reconstructed. You lost some stalwarts. I mean, does Ratledge just come right in and become a mauler? Like, there's a lot of question marks. If you can't run the ball, it doesn't set up the rest of your offense. So, yeah, there should be a little bit of trepidation. The defense, a lot of injuries again. We're still sitting with 3 defensive ends. They just said they're good on Zadarius Smith. Like, I'm not really sure what's going on personnel-wise. And then you've got $25 million of cap space just sitting there like a fart in an elevator. So, yeah, I think there is some trepidation. Is there still a lot of talent? Yes. Do you still have Dan Campbell? Yes. But you lost an offensive savant and you lost Aaron Glenn. I'm sorry if I have to sit back and say I have trepidation.
Yeah, you got it. I understand, like, you got to see it to believe it a little bit.
Correct.
And I think week 1 is a great opportunity for this team to roll into Green Bay, a team that they've had a lot of success against over the last few years. They roll in, win it comfortably, and then everybody kind of just goes, okay, we're fine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't think week 1's going to be pretty by any means. But if we're looking at the grand scheme of things here, Jordan Love broke his thumb in the preseason. Granted, it's not his throwing hand, but he's dealt with an injury. They have a lot of injuries to their wide receiver room.
Mhm.
Micah Parsons, they're talking about needing to give him an epidural to play on Sunday. That scares the hell out of me. That would scare the hell out of me if I was a Packer fan.
See, and we mentioned this prepping yesterday, or at least I did. I wonder and have suspicion if it's coming out of the Dallas camp, because I look at an organization like the Packers, the ownership group, management, all that stuff. I find it very hard to believe that they give up 2 first-round picks, a good D tackle, and pay, not only trade, but pay him an extension without kicking the tires. I have a really hard time believing they didn't know about a back injury this significant. So it makes me question, is it coming out of Dallas? Is it sour grapes? Or is there a little bit of validity, or is it and yes situation? Is it both?
I think it could be a little bit of both. I think Micah Parsons long term is a good thing for Green Bay.
Oh, of course.
He'll sell jerseys, he'll sell tickets, he'll be an asset to that team.
Oh,
for
he'll
sure.
win them games.
For sure. For sure. No, he's a great player. I'll never argue the fact
Hall
that
of Famer.
yeah, his career continues the way it does. Absolutely. Yes. I no doubt about it. Micah Parsons is one of the top defensive players in the game. I also look at a Packers team, if you've been following along on social media during the preseason. Fans were openly booing their first team offense during live practice at Lambeau when they invited the fans in to watch because it looked so bad. One of their preseason games against the Jets, they got booed off the field at halftime. I look at a front office that said, we need to do something because it looks bad. It does not look good right now. We got to do something to get this fan base back on our side, because the Packers also strike me as that type of organization. They can't ever look bad in a situation. No, they're always the Boy Scout.
Of course.
They're always there, tie straightened. They want to be the standard.
Yep.
And granted, they have been in the past. I think they've lost that a little bit, but they have been that franchise in the NFL. So I also see that side of things. I think Dallas doesn't give up Parsons for 2 first-round picks and an aging defensive player unless they really think there might be something wrong with him.
See, my only counter argument would be they're dog water. They're not going anywhere real quick. Like, would you rather have a guy on your roster, or would you rather have a couple more lottery chips that you can cash in and potentially have players? I mean, Ryan Schottenheimer is your head coach. Like that's all I got to say. That's all I got to say.
And they're just running it back.
Even win 6 games.
Yeah, and they're just running it back with the same group of players. They didn't really add anybody.
No.
They didn't do anything.
They didn't do anything.
No, Jerry Jones kind of seems like he's getting senile a little bit.
Yeah.
No, there's multiple sides to this thing.
I think you need to be more worried about Chicago and Minnesota than you need to about Green Bay.
You see, but I look at Chicago and I go, okay, what's actual growth for a franchise like Chicago? Nobody's taken them seriously for over a decade. They had one good season with
Trubisky.
Yeah, who's that? Nagy, Matt
Yeah.
Nagy. They had one good season with Nagy. Actual growth for the Bears this season, they added the best coordinator on the market as their head coach. Great. You got Caleb Williams, who's the number 1 overall pick. Great. They go from 5 to 8 wins. That's where that's real growth. I don't see them going from 5 wins to 12 wins.
They could. I think the one thing you got to be scared about, and everybody wants to throw Caleb shade because he paints his nails, he does this, he cried, blah, 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 blah. He still has a lot of talent.
Sure.
You can character assassinate him. He's got a lot of great talent, and now he has an offensive savant helping him out.
Yeah.
So you better be scared, because if they put it together, watch out.
Yeah.
And the same thing with Minnesota. You got a great defense, got a lot of weapons on the field. If JJ McCarthy can go out, play serviceable, not turn the ball over, and be a lot like your quarterback, Jared Goff, our quarterback, look out.
Yeah.
They won 15 games last year with a ginger.
I see them posing more of a threat than a Bears team. I think you can trip and fall into 9 or 10 wins. Maybe the Bears do that this year, but I'd say 8 just because, temper your expectations a little bit. What does Ben Johnson look like as a head coach, by the
See, and
way?
that's still a question mark.
Yeah, see that, and that's the overall point I'm trying to make here. If you look at the head coach quarterback combo of each team in the NFC North, I don't trust Jordan Love. He got a massive contract extension because he played well for an 8-game stretch in the 23-24 season.
Well, and further than that, LaFleur.
Matt LaFleur. He's kind of like James Franklin in the way where I think his teams will always be good. They'll never be great.
Yep.
Those teams will always find a way to lose in big moments because that's what he does. It's in his blood. It's in his DNA. And he thinks he's perfect, so he's not going to change. That's just who Matt LaFleur is. I don't trust Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams the way I trust Dan Campbell and Jared Goff for the reasons we just talked about.
I'd put them second.
Too many question marks.
And with Minnesota, I can't really put them second because we don't know about J.J. McCarthy. We haven't seen him play.
No.
However, I think Kevin McConnell might be the best offensive-minded head coach in the league.
I think from an X's and O's standpoint, yes, but from the intangibles, I don't think he's like Dan Campbell because, okay, we look at last season, and I know last season's over.
Yeah, Nona's dead. She's in the ground.
Yeah, for sure. But I want to make a point here. Week 17 or week 18, because they play 17 games now. Week 18 in Detroit, Sunday Night Football, your chance to go in and take the number 1 overall seed, win the division. I'm sorry, you were playing against a defense that had plumbers and electricians starting. You had every opportunity to go in there and prove you were the offensive savant. You're the next thing to slice bread. Like you are the head coach. You are the team in the NFC. We won 15 games for a reason, or 14 games. How many games did we win? Or it doesn't
15.
matter.
Yeah,
okay,
we both went 15-2.
Right. You had a chance to prove to everybody that I am that guy. You scored 9 freaking points. 9 against a makeshift defense. So I think you could turn it around and go, Kevin McConnell, really good? Is he great? I don't know.
However, this would be my only other rebuttal. Was it Kevin McConnell or was it Sam Darnold turning into who he really was? And that was Sam Darnold.
The ginger pumpkin.
Correct. He played great in games that didn't mean anything. But if you look at stats, any game that was what meaningful, he crapped on his leg.
Yeah.
Missing wide open receivers. He looked like Arch Manning bouncing a ball 5 yards shy of a receiver who's wide open.
And the other thing about the Vikings with the quarterback coach combo, you mentioned it, McCarthy, a lot of question marks. I don't trust a guy that turned around and handed it off 35 times a game in college and everybody thought he was great. I don't see it. I really don't. I think he benefited from a tremendous offensive line and 2 All-American running backs. Sorry.
And you got to be able to be that guy that can make a couple of throws.
When you're winning games, when you make 15 pass attempts, sorry, miss me with the fact that you're this great quarterback, because until it all falls on your shoulders and all the chips are in the middle, I got to see it. Maybe he does that this year. Maybe he continues to meditate. He goes out there and plays well in the NFL at that speed. But man, I watched that guy at times look questionable in college too.
Yeah.
So
it's fair. So I think what we're getting at is I think maybe the symbol for the NFC North should just be a giant question mark.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And I think the Lions win the division this year. They're not going to win 15 games. They're going to take a step back. But I think week 1 is going to prove to everybody that Dad's still home.
Yeah.
Dinner better be ready at this time.
When you and I talked about it weeks ago, Dan Campbell could be the next Andy Reid, but I got to see it first without Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn.
Absolutely. I'm with you there. So I guess for a quick prediction on Sunday's game before we wrap up here, because we've been talking for 40 minutes, surprisingly. I think Sunday's game's not going to look pretty. Most week 1, week 2 games don't look really that good from a flow standpoint with teams. I think it's ugly. but I think the Lions do enough to win the game. I think you're looking at a score maybe like 23-14. I think the Lions get the ball inside Green Bay's 30 a handful of times. Maybe they don't punch it in for touchdowns, but Jake Bates is their kicker. He's automatic. It's 23-14. They win by 2 scores.
The line's 2.5. I mean, that tells you everything you need to know. It's Vegas telling you they're only getting 2.5 because they're at home. A lot of people thought maybe the line would move with Micah and all the news. I mean, think about this. Like, I think it was when Mahomes went down or somebody went down, a quarterback, it only moved like 3 points. Like, it doesn't get affected the way I think people think it does.
Agreed.
But yeah, I think you're right. It's probably anywhere from a 3, 4 to 7 point game. The score may indicate that it was closer than it might be. But I think you're right. I think the Lions go out, they get a win. And if they don't,
widespread panic.
Yeah,
because there's no
panic continues.
There's no in between. If the Lions lose on Sunday, this fan base is going to be in all out panic mode.
Oh yeah.
When's the last time they started 0-1? 2021?
Yeah.
Campbell's first year.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, people would freak out.
Yeah, I mean, we've had a few signature wins the past couple of years. I mean, they went to Arrowhead and won in 23. Last year, they beat the Rams on opening night.
Yeah.
So, this game, I think it's gonna. Yeah, no,
we find out a lot on Sunday.
Absolutely. So we'll be back early next week to talk about week 2 of the college football season, the opening week of the NFL, and everything else in between. It's After Hours with Travis Gibbs and Jordan Lass.